So when I put it in drive, right, what's going to happen is, you see this icon just pop
I do
up?
see the icon, the steering wheel icon.
And that's it. That's all you got to do.
All right, now.
And what I did is I double tapped.
The thing I was reading said you could single tap, I thought.
Yes, you can single tap. You can change that in the settings to make it a single tap.
So it's driving on its own now.
So it's right now driving completely on its own. And it's your car.
Oh, Jesus.
It's your car, and I'm sitting here with you. So
how about touching the steering wheel?
All right, so we'll get to that. So now you'll get to see the quirks yourself in a few minutes, because right now it's in the...
It knows it has to get out of this lane.
It knows it has to. Now, sometimes...
it was lighting up saying you had to touch the steering wheel.
Right, so you have to kind of get used to it.
Where's the spots we need to touch it?
It's actually not spot-based. What it is based on applying some weight.
Okay.
So it's just something you can intuitively get used to.
Yep.
Very quickly. So let me go and crank up the speed. I'm going to dial up 5 over speed limit, if that's okay.
It's going to drive at the speed limit, though.
So it was driving at speed limit, but I can tell it to drive it above or below the speed limit.
All right.
Because I still am in control of how fast I want the car to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now it will make the dynamic decisions, which is what it's doing right now, which is to determine that there is a stop light coming up.
Yep.
And what should I do right now? So it's starting to see. And so now first, the warning that came up is to apply some force to the steering wheel. So what I did, and we'll talk about it more as we go this whole ride. So there's a lot of visual indicators that will come up.
Yep.
And that so that'll tell you that you need to prove to the system that you are paying attention.
Okay.
Right, and that's the way they do it, is that by forcing you to have to put some weight on the steering.
Yep.
In either direction, you want to put some weight. It's just like a little nudge.
How about you could use a scroll wheel as well?
You can use a scroll wheel. That is correct.
Okay.
Yep, that is correct. So you can override it through that.
Yep.
Something tells me you know a lot about this.
I'm not totally tech stupidity, you know. People claim I'm tech pretty good, but I'm intimidated by the tech in the car.
No, but what you just said.
But I've had the car for 2 years, and I've watched a lot of YouTube.
Okay, I got you. You have, so you know stuff about it.
I mean, there's this guy. Have you watched Everyday Chris?
Not familiar.
He's a guy out of California. He had a Model Y Performance. He drives it all over the state of California. Now he's got I think he just got a Cybertruck. He got an X Plaid. I love watching these YouTube guys, you know. You think that the guy's doing pretty good, and then the next thing you know, he's got an X Plaid, and now he's got the Cybertruck, and he was talking about spare tires. And I appreciate what he's going through out there in California, though. That's a whole nother animal out there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And we're lucky here in Florida, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm heading to Cali next weekend to do some testing, full self-driving testing in LA with someone that I met through Twitter last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
I rented a Tesla in LA.
Okay.
Twice.
Because I'm gonna check out this LA traffic. Like I'm like.
I didn't use FSD at all.
Okay.
I rented a Model Y Performance both times. I had to charge it up before I went out to the airport, and boy, I ended up going to this charging place that was listed on here, and it turned out it was valet parking. You had to pay $50 or something. I was like, well, that's LA for you. And the guy said to me, he said, you want the just where you go and charge it by yourself? I go, yeah. He goes, put in this address. I put the address in. It was on the 10th floor of a parking structure. And they had all the chargers on the 10th floor of the parking structure.
Wow, those. I mean, Cali is like Tesla, you know.
Oh, there's tons of them.
That's like the mothership state.
I mean, you and I have probably, I don't know about you, but I've never waited for a charge, you know. And those people out there, apparently they wait for a charge. They're paying like ridiculous kilowatt hours to charge and stuff like that. I mean, I'm
sure. So here's the thing. I'll tell you a few things that kind of got me eased into trying the system out more. I'm trying to tap into the time when I first started trying, you know, when I first experienced it, like how was it for me? So what I've learned, if there was any kind of so-called self-wisdom that I got in my last couple of years of testing it, is that whenever...
That was aggressive. I like it. I've got it on assertive.
So, oh, you do?
Yeah.
So... Oh,
that's all right. Okay. I don't know what that was. It's probably your stuff.
So what I really enjoy is learning about that the vehicle was... I found that the vehicle would do better if I let it do its thing a little bit more before I took over. And so like the more I curbed my need to be like, oh, it's
so have faith, as we say.
Yeah, just a little one like step, like go dial up one more notch of the faith. You already trust the Tesla to be safe.
Stay on Beach Boulevard.
I would hope so, right? You obviously have 2 Teslas, so I'm sure you trust, understand that they are the safest vehicles on the planet.
Yeah.
Even without FSD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's statistically true. It's publicly been, it's like independently, not statistically true, independently being claimed, verified. So yeah.
Well, that was pretty cool.
Oh, we just talked and the vehicle made a U-turn. I didn't even pay attention. See, that's what I'm talking about, Hal. Like for me, it's like I guess I'm so used to using it so much.
Is on the right.
Now, what will it do?
Well, let's find out. What will it do?
I got chewed out the last time I parked here.
Yeah. So the idea is that. So this is what I say.
Okay. This would be driver parking. The lady comes out. She goes, for future reference, this is driver parking over here. I'm going, well, what are you gonna do? Slap me on the wrist?